and today we are doing another video for you guys. We're so excited to be bringing you our 1 year of marriage recap. We made it, y'all. We did make it. We just celebrated our 1 year of marriage, so it's been like a year and like a few weeks. So we're really excited to like tell you guys how it's been.
So we're gonna kind of go through. I'm gonna let Lon get started. We're gonna kind of go through what it's been like, ups, downs, you know, try to keep it real for y'all and eliminate some of those myths that's out there that a lot of people say that first year is supposed to be like
crazy, which is just so weird to even say or hear. And then a little bit later in the video, we're gonna give you the 5 things that we learned within our first year of marriage. So I don't know about you, babe, but I feel like our first year of marriage has been amazing. Like,
cool.
I ain't gonna say it was cool. It has been fun. It's been adventurous. It's been full of love and laughs and memories. I just feel like we've had a really great time and a really great first year. And
actually had some learning lessons.
Absolutely, we definitely had some lessons. But it just seemed like this first year just breezed by. Don't you feel that same way?
It did go fast.
Yeah, it went really fast.
Like, to think that we just had our wedding a year ago, that was pretty fast. So, I mean, is it supposed to go long the first year?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's supposed to.
A lot of people say that the first year is the hardest year.
I hear about the first year and I hear that about the 5th year. But it's just like, who is saying this? You know? Like, who the heck is saying this? Who's making this up? Who's to say that the first year, why would the first year of marriage be hard? It's just, I don't know.
So one of the things is, you know, people ask us all the time when it comes to marriage, did things change once we got married?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't think things changed. I think it was the same. I mean, yeah, you might get a little bit more irritated because you see things more now because we're living together, but other than that, I explored every aspect of Lon before I married her to make sure that it was a fit.
Exactly.
And I'm sure she did the same thing for me.
Yeah, I think the only change with us being married, I had never lived with a man before, like romantically. He never lived with a woman romantically before, so I feel like that's the only thing that we kind of had to get used to. Other than that, nothing changed. I would say my role going from like a girlfriend to a wife changed because there were a lot of things that...
Like what? Dig into that.
There were a lot of responsibilities around the household that I had to... I don't want to get too much into it because this is also like some of the things that I learned. I don't want them to cross paths, but I just feel like as far as taking care of the household, it was a little bit different because like I gotta cook and clean and really take care of my husband, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't something, like as a girlfriend I don't have those duties. I'm not obligated to cook for you every night. I don't have to do that type of stuff. I guess if you guys get what I'm saying, I'm getting tongue-tied, but
I mean, you're not obligated to do it now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
It's a different mindset.
It's definitely like a different mindset.
You realize that, okay, I'm not for self anymore.
Right, exactly.
I'm for us. And once you start looking at it in a different light, it makes you feel better about doing it.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, I'm always got it. That's the selfish mindset,
right?
Singular mindset. When you start looking at it, all right, this is us. This is a plural. Change your mindset to a plural mindset. Then it becomes like, oh, okay, I'm doing this for myself, not necessarily I'm doing it for the other person.
Exactly. So, I mean, overall, I think this year has been good. What do you think?
I think the year has been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
I think so too. Took a lot of trips this year.
Took a lot of trips, and that's I think being away allowed us to really rely more on each other. Allowed us to, because what I will say is one of the things that we struggled with in the beginning was really root causing issues and coming up with a resolution. So if an issue would occur, we would speak our piece on it, and we may or may not have a resolution. So then that thing might come back up again because it was never resolved.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, we'll speak our piece
And we'll come to a resolution within speaking our piece.
Right, and not only that, but giving each other the space and the time that if we're not ready to
come to that resolution
or communicate respectfully, then we'll give that time until we can come back and actually come up with a solution to the resolution to the issue.
Right, and so just to touch on what Henry said, for those of you who may be new to our channel, last year Henry's job relocated us to New Jersey. We're actually from Baltimore. Relocated us to New Jersey. We've been in New Jersey for the last year and like 3 months, or like a year and a quarter, and then we actually just moved back to Maryland in September. So we're back closer to our family and our friends, and how he was saying that 1 year and plus really helped us like to communicate, to grow, because we were literally all we had in that state. We didn't have other friends and stuff like that. We had like colleagues that we went to work with, but it just wasn't the same. And being away really gave us that opportunity in that first year to build a solid foundation, to build our communication, to build our trust, and to build our friendships. So I feel like, not to say that if we were in Maryland that wouldn't happen, but New Jersey really forced that on us, and I really am thankful for that time in New Jersey, because it just brought us so much closer together, and like I said, built that foundation for the rest of our marriage.
Because if you think about it, you know, a lot of people, when an issue arises, the first person that they want to run to is their best friend, right? And they want to get an understanding of, hey, what do you think? Do you think I'm in the wrong? Do you think I'm in the right? Or what do you think how I should go about it? And that's cool and all, but personally, I feel as though if you're having a relationship issue, you should figure it out with the other person,
right? Not
with other people. So I think just being away and not allowing us to have that scapegoat of, you know, I'm just gonna go hang out with my friends and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. We didn't have nobody that, hey, you're going to hang out by yourself, or you're going to suck it up and be like, nope, I'm hanging out with you.
Right.
We had to figure it out in the moment, which was good. I think that's what attributed to that growth.
And another plus is we don't got no friends that's married. So like Henry saying, like not yet, but it's just like you know, Henry saying run into other friends and like talking about your problems.
They don't know.
Why would you consult a single person about married issues? That just doesn't even, you know, make sense.
They could give you advice.
They could give you advice, but it was
they shooting from the hip just like you.
Yeah.
And who am I going to trust? Am I going to trust you shooting from the hip, or am I going to just shoot from the hip myself?
Exactly. So yeah, that's been our first year. It's been great. We look forward to many years. I can't wait. Like, I'm already excited for our next anniversary. Oh, so by the way, we went to Bali for our 1 year anniversary, and those vlogs are on our channel. I think it's 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 3. So if you have not watched those Bali vlogs, then I don't know what you're doing. I will link them at the top of this page so that you can go check it out. Because we had a good time and we relaxed a lot too.
And it's funny because I think our love has sparked so much love.
I think so. So now we're going to get into the 5 things that we learned within our first year of marriage. I'm so excited because you may have clicked on this video to learn, you know, from what we learned, or maybe you're just like single and you want to hear this information from a married perspective. Either way, we're just so excited to go over the 5 things, and we took some notes in our phone so we don't forget.
How are we going to do this? 1-to-1 or?
How many do you have?
I could do 2 in a possible.
I could do 2 in a possible. Yeah, I got 2 in a possible too. You want to go first?
I'll let you go first. With your 1. You don't got to go through all of them. Just give them 1.
Yeah, just the 1.
I'll give them 1.
So one of the very first things that I learned almost immediately is that you are a representation of your spouse. And that is so big to me because even like to this day, I catch myself up like speaking for myself. It's still an adjustment to say we or Henry and I or my husband and stuff like that. But when I go out, not only do I want to look presentable, but I want to speak highly of my husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be out with friends or family and be dogging, you know, the person that I'm married to. So when I say that you're a representation, not only are you a representation physically, but you want to speak highly of that of your spouse, even when he or she isn't around.
Wait, so was you not speaking highly of
So no,
hold up.
I didn't struggle with that part, but I did struggle with speaking about us, like in a partnership versus just myself. I mean, I have 26 years of just speaking about Shalonda.
That's that singular mentality we were talking about.
Exactly. So it's extremely hard or different to say we instead of I, and that's something that I learned and something that I'm still learning to do. So yeah.
So for me, I think one of the biggest things I've learned was to pick my battles. And I think that this is one that a lot of relationships can learn from.
Yeah.
But honestly, just realizing, is that really worth an argument? Is it really worth going back and forth and causing a ruckus over? Or is it something that we can just resolve by having a simple conversation? So let me give you an example of how I've grown, because the other day I was at work and I left my pick at my mom's house, so I asked Mom, could I use her comb? And I used her comb, and I was picking out my beard or whatever, making sure I was fresh for work.
At my vanity.
At her vanity, because the light is at her vanity. So I turned the light on there, I just did it real quick, and I put the comb back. Now mind you, I don't be having my contacts in or glasses in early in the morning, so I'm not looking, but I get a message while I'm at work that says, hey babe, this morning when you were picking out your beard, you left hair all over the vanity in the chair. Now, immediate old Henry would have been like, all right, well clean it up. You did all that to text me, just clean it up, wipe it up.
I did it. I'm doing all
but that is not how I responded.
Exactly.
Because I realized that could trigger a nasty response from Shalonda, and I was having a great day. I just wanted to continue having a great day. So instead, I said to her, oh, my bad, babe. You're right. When I get home, I'll clean it up. It was actually late when we had got home that day, and I went in there and I was like, oh, let me clean this up before she come back and see it. And so I cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to tell me anything. I just remembered.
That is such a great example. That's such a, and I think that goes into this is not a point, but just really quick, I think that goes into like holding your partner accountable, because it's stuff like that. No, for real, only because like it's not my, like you use my items at my work.
Our items.
Those are literally my
those
are literally my items at my desk.
What is my items?
It's like, but it's like he may not have known, just like he said he didn't realize. So I bet the next time when he goes to pick out his beard, he'll like clean it up, or he'll be more conscious, and it doesn't have to be something so nasty and evil. It's just like, hey, this happened, could you handle this? And like you said, he responded in a great manner, and we're good.
But that's another thing, like that's another thing that I learned. Because Shalonda is very direct. Those who don't know her is very direct, and so if you take what she says literally, then it could cause you to get spun up. So I've been trying not to take what she says literally, because I realize that she's very direct, and I just need to, let it go, because she means the best, but sometimes can't clearly articulate that in the best form or fashion.
So,
I love you though, boy.
The third thing that we've learned, or that I've learned, is everything is not 50-50. And that's great. I mean, that's one of the myths that you hear in marriage, that, oh, because you're married now, because it's two of you, because this is a partnership, everything is going to be 50-50. Absolutely not. That is like just so bogus. It's impossible for you and your partner to meet each other halfway on every single thing. Now, there are things that we meet each other halfway on, no doubt, but there are other things where I may carry the load and he doesn't, and there may be things that he carries the load and I lack in those areas. So the point of us marrying each other is because we see different strengths in each other where we may feel weak. So I think that's really big to know. If you go into your marriage thinking that, oh, he's gonna always have to pay 50% of the bills, he's gonna always have to help me clean up, he's gonna always have to, like, it's not realistic. It's just unrealistic. And I think that having laying that expectation really low really helped us in the first year of marriage, because I'm not expecting so much out of him. I know what I do better, so why am I going to nag him to do things that I'm naturally great at, and vice versa?
But here's the key thing. Here's the key thing with that you want to make sure you understand and not misinterpret for your own relationship. So we complete each other.
Correct.
Because our strengths and weaknesses in some areas are opposite. You want to know who your significant other is before you marry them, and you want to make that assessment. Are we completing each other, or are we just coexisting? Because that coexistence can cause a lot of arguments if it's not a completion.
Yeah, I agree.
So, number 4.
No, is this number 2?
Oh, you just said 3.
Yeah, we were counting down.
Oh, sorry.
Number 2.
Well, I already gave my possible. But
You already.
number 2 on the list is make time for quality time.
Ooh.
It's very key. Oftentimes you get caught up in everything that you're doing and forget the importance of that quality time, which re-energizes that relationship, re-energizes that partnership. Because sometimes I'm gonna be honest, sometimes you just ain't gonna want to do anything. Like, you're not gonna want to go anywhere. You're gonna be stressed out, you're gonna be tired, it's gonna be a lot of competing priorities. But remember, your relationship trumps every priority that you have, and you gotta first believe that, because if you don't, then your other priorities will feel more important.
I agree.
So make time for quality time. That's what we did last night at Dave & Buster's. All right, so number 1.
Number 1 is, like, generally speaking, what I've learned is
I think we both.
What we've learned is, sorry, see, I told y'all. What we've learned is our marriage is our marriage. You know, we can't compare our marriage to anybody else. We can't expect our marriage to mirror anybody else's. We have our own little traditions and memories and, like, nuances that we live by that's perfect for us, you know? Like, if we want to travel every month of the year, then that's just something that we pride ourselves on. Whereas other marriages, people may not be that interested in traveling.
With that, right? Because there are a lot of people who say, you know, I'm looking for love, I'm looking to find the right person. And there are a lot of people who are in relationships who look at other couples and they envy whatever it is that they have. What I will say is, you got to identify first what makes you happy. Right? What makes you and your significant other happy, and then you build your relationship around that. That's what me and Lon do. So traveling makes us happy. That's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out how many times a year we can go travel and where do we want to go and enjoy. Food makes us happy, so Lon is going cooking with Lon it up every week, because that's something that we want to do. When you go try to find what other people have and try to figure out why you don't have it, you want to
mimic that.
You want to cause yourself to be envious, and you want to cause yourself to be seeking something that may not even be non-existent, because people can make things look like whatever they want it to look like. So the best thing, the best advice we can give you is find what makes you happy. Focus on that, build your relationship around that, and don't compare your relationship to other people, because just because somebody a relationship went through something, that does not mean that you're going to go through the exact same thing, especially with year 1. Because year 1 for us was amazing. Year 2 for us is going to be amazing. Year 5 is going to be amazing. Why? Because we're claiming that. We're praying for that over our relationship and our marriage, and ain't no devil going.
So just don't listen to anyone else about how your marriage should look, or what your husband should be doing, or what your wife should be doing. What y'all doing is fine for y'all if it works for y'all.
And so with that, I think that concludes this segment.
So again, we had a really amazing first year of marriage. We're so excited to have given you these 5 tips or 5 lessons that we learned in our first year of marriage, and we really hope that you learned something from today's video.
So make sure, if you have not already, subscribe right down below, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get the notification every time we upload. And if you're not following us on Instagram, you can follow us at Hen and Lawn, and you can follow all of our handles below.
Yes, they'll be right there on the screen. So we will see you guys in our next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.
Peace.